These are the top 5 questions you need to ask every real estate sponsor that you might potentially invest with as a passive investor in real estate syndications. Now, these 5 questions I make sure I ask every real estate investment group because I want to make sure that my interests are going to be aligned with theirs as a team. That's going to help me save a lot of time, headaches, as well as potentially save you a lot of money. So let's go ahead and dive in. The number one question you need to ask every real estate sponsor as a passive investor is who is on your team. You want to make sure with the general partnership that they are going to have a team that's going to be substantial enough to be able to take down all the day to day operations when it comes to the investment deal, as well as you want to make sure that they are going to be able to execute on the business plan to make sure they had the foundation and the team around them to take down that deal. The second question that you need to ask every real estate sponsor is that what is their track record? So you need to look at, first of all, where they're at with deal cycles, where how are their current deals performing, where they had pro forma, meaning what were they projecting to where they are at now. But you also want to look at how many deals have gone full cycle from where they acquired the investment for the real estate property, as well as all the way on how many deals that have gone full cycle and completed and closed and sold or even refinanced, depending on how their business plan is. But you want to look at their overall track record where they've been able to either meet their pro formas or their projections if they were above it, or they fell behind. So you want to make sure to look at their track record to see where they stand as a operating group. The number three question that you need to ask every real estate sponsor is what is their target investments? Now, if you're looking to invest in buildings that are a lot bigger in structures, to say 100 units and plus, and you get to talking with them and they only do anywhere between 20 and 80 unit properties, well, that's not going to fit your investment avatar. Because the last thing that you want to be doing as a passive investor is going through all this due diligence time with the sponsor and not even being aligned with the investment type that what you are looking for as what the sponsor is trying to go out and get. So, number three, you want to make sure the target investment of the sponsor is aligned as your own as a passive investor. The fourth question I ask every real estate sponsor is where they see their team in 5 to 10 years. Now, the reasoning why I give that 5 to 10 year time frame is because with real estate syndications, these typically tend to be a little long term. So, around the usual time frame for real estate syndications is going to be anywhere from about 3 to 5 years. But a lot of times, you're going to see the rough time frame of 5 to 7, as well as even potentially up to 10 years. So, you are potentially going to be investing with the sponsor for several years, and you want to make sure. But even now, if you are going to be investing with the sponsor, that your alignment of interest is still going to be in line with where they're trying to go as a sponsorship group in the next several years, as well as potential decade. Because the last thing that you want to be doing as a passive investor is investing with this group that in time is not going to be aligned with your own. So you want to make sure that your interest is going to be in line within the next decade with their team. The fifth question I always ask every real estate sponsor is tell me a time when a deal has gone wrong. Or if they don't have an answer for that one, I always ask, well, tell me a time when something in the deal has gone wrong. So, what I'm really looking for with this question is that actually to see if they've had to overcome a big obstacle, because sometimes sponsorship groups haven't been in a situation when a deal has gone south or had to worry about something that didn't go where their projected assumptions were going to happen. And so you want to make sure how do they overcome with that, as well as you want to make sure that they've had trials and tribulations, as they say, to make sure they're able to be weathering a storm if something was to happen, and make sure that they're going to be prepared when something actually happens, because it's not if, but when. So those are my top 5 questions that you need to ask every real estate sponsor as a passive investor before investing with them. Now, if there's something that I didn't put in my top 5 that you think should be in the top 5, definitely let me know in the comments. But if there's other things that I didn't go over that you ask every real estate sponsor, definitely let me know. But I will see you in the next video.